All right, welcome to another podcast of At Witt's End. I'm Ken, that's Carson. He is 6,000 miles away, 9-hour difference. We are both in the summer season. The official first day of summer was a few days ago.
We're both in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
easy way.
Well, you never know what people. Yeah, it's a bad comment on my part, but maybe some people don't know where Austria is and they think of Australia or something. But Carson's, like I said, in Upper Austria, the town of Linz. He is just completing his master's and coaching the first ever JKU football team, which we're going to discuss today because they had their first official scrimmage. So the JKU Astros, and I don't know, can we talk about the score? Or,
I learned because it's technically an officially sanctioned event by the American Football Bund of Austria that we're not supposed to share an official score.
Wait, go back. The official American Bundesliga of Austria?
You butchered that. The American Football Bund, like the American Football Organization of Austria.
Is that because they are, I guess, a professional team?
They're the sanctioning organization.
Okay, so it's a scrimmage, so it's not an official game.
Yeah, so there was no score, but we scored 3 touchdowns and we gave up 0 touchdowns. And we missed the extra point. We missed 2 field goals, so it could have been more stuff.
Which I'm disappointed in because I'm assuming a lot of the guys played soccer.
It's your guy. It's your guy, your rugby player.
Timo.
Yeah.
Timo,
he had some good kids.
Man.
I will say, so there was one situation, it was 4th and short, and it was second quarter. We had a couple touchdowns already on the board, and I was like, Coach asked me head coach Mike asked me if we wanted to go for it, and I was like, this is a scrimmage game. We need to practice special teams. Let's take a field goal.
Kicking. Okay.
And it was a hash mark field goal. It was a left hash field goal, probably a 30-yarder. And I was like, man, if it gets close, we're good. The first one didn't get close. It hit the center in the kneecaps, and it was the snap.
Wait, his kneecaps, not his ass.
Yeah, it was slower than that. But it was okay. And then we actually had another opportunity, like a 4th and 7. We hit the field goal from again, I think the left hash, and he missed, I think, by like a yard outside. So it was a pretty good kick, for not having a lot of practice on hash mark kicks, mostly PAT kicks.
Is he also? Does he do kickoffs?
No, he does not. He does just field goals. So we have a different kicker for kickoff, field goals, and punting. So we have 3 different kickers.
Oh, okay.
They all kind of back up each other on their different things.
But when you guys were kids, I always said, man, if you can kick field goals, if you can punt with accuracy, you would have a D1 scholarship, and if you're good enough, to the pros. So,
well, actually, I saw
kickers, man.
I have a feeling
Timo,
there's going to be
you can make the NFL. Yeah.
There's a kicker going to be coming from the ELF because a kicker in the ELF actually just hit like a 65-yard field goal.
There it is.
And an absolute bomb of a field goal. So, he may have gotten some NFL looks from that field goal because that's a bomb.
Well, what do the scouts always say? If you've got the talent, we will find you. And if you're kicking 65-yard field goals in the EFL, they find you. So, but to go back, so this was a scrimmage, your first ever with an opposing team.
Yep.
You're wearing the Huskies uniform, so you don't have your own unis yet. Was it on a football field?
Describe it was on a football field.
Okay.
It was fine. I mean, the turf was okay. It was a little hard. It had rained the night before, but the turf was hard because it had a nice bend to the middle, like a drainage bend.
Oh, so it rises in the middle and flows off the side?
Yeah, and I think it drains too well that the underground was a little bit hard, and the turf wasn't super luscious. Let's just say that.
Which is unusual. I would have thought it would have been nice and green.
But it was, yeah, it was. I mean, it was good enough field. I mean, it was better than the turf field, the Astro turf field that we normally practice on. So, yeah, we're thankful that it was available and that we could practice on it.
What about when you get into the regular season? Is that a natural field or turf?
No, all the fields we're going to be playing on are AstroTurf.
Oh, really? Okay. So this was unusual.
Yeah. So, and they're only using this field as their normal stadium gets renovated. So.
So this isn't the normal stadium. And who was the team you played? What town?
So we played in Gunskirchen, which is like kind of a suburb of Wels, which is Wels, which is about 30 minutes away from Linz by train.
So it'd be another 30 minutes to Vienna, right?
From Wels? No, it's the other direction.
40. Oh, it's the other direction towards Switzerland.
Yeah, so it's a little bit further away from Vienna than Linz is. But it's on the main train line, so it's easy.
So would tourists from America, I remember Wels, but I don't remember, would they visit Wels? No.
No.
Does it have a downtown cathedral?
No. I mean, yeah, it does, but every city in Austria does. Yeah, every little village does. So
yeah, but if you want to go to a village that is not on the tourist map, maybe
you wouldn't go to Wels.
You wouldn't go to Wels?
No.
Okay.
No. But their football program is decent. They're in, I think, the second division. But they're pretty well organized. They have a good amount of fans. They get a lot of people out. They get over 1,000 people out to their games regularly.
So it looked like you had a pretty good crowd because you did share some pictures.
Yeah, it was 100 or a couple hundred, maybe. Mostly friends and family of the players. Probably a couple students here and there, but it was just a test game, so it was a scrimmage game just to see what it was like.
But you were happy with the results. The guys seemed to gel and had it together.
Yeah. They, it was we weren't at full strength between like injuries and just guys that couldn't make it. So with what we had, I was very, very happy with the results and how the guys played and what all went on. There's definitely, obviously stuff you can learn from it and stuff I could do better in the coaching, but every guy saw a lot of action on the field, which is something I wanted to make sure that happened, and I think every guy got a lot of play time. We were swapping guys in and out, if not otherwise some guys were on the field the entire time.
Did guys go both ways?
A few guys, just a couple, maybe one or two. Most of the guys play special teams, so they all have kind of a position on special teams, if not multiple. So there's a lot of being on the field a lot. I think in total we had like 30 players for the scrimmage or so. So a lot of reps for people, which is good. Which is what was the main thing, was to get like somewhat game-like or game situations, game speed. Going against someone completely new to you.
How was the hitting?
What you expect from a first game.
Really?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing huge.
But you played some guys that have played before, even though
the biggest
technically didn't beat them. So were they hitting harder than you guys? No?
Yeah. The biggest hits were on their side of the field.
Really?
Yeah. I won't say what the guys on my team have had a laugh with them about. Some of them got run over.
They got pancaked?
Not pancaked, but they received the hit. They didn't make the hit. So
they put their helmet down and ended up on their ass.
Yeah. So definitely something to learn, and that'll be something they got to pick up more and get a handle on and figure out to give the hit rather than receive the hit, because it's not fun to receive a hit.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Oklahoma drills that you were doing early on.
Yeah. But yeah, and we did a lot of stuff. We weren't at the full kind of complexity of what we can run, what we practice, but that was kind of for good reason, and we simplified a lot of things. And
you pared down the playbook ahead of time.
Yeah, I told him, like, we're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Everyone's going to make mistakes. But as long as you're going at it 110%, right? If you're going full effort, like, through those mistakes, that's the most important thing, is the effort that you're giving. Because mistakes we can fix, like that, those type of things. But effort, that's something that's not something taught. That's not something practiced. That's just within a single guy and one to play. So that's what I really focused on with a lot of players, and told them, because in the practice, all the guys, it's a good thing. They asked a lot of questions, and asked sometimes too many. And when the game came, I was just like, stop asking questions. You guys know what to do. If you don't know what to do, what you think you should do here is what you're gonna do, and just go play football.
And just keep going to the whistle blows.
Yeah, just run the play. Like, we'll fix it later on. We'll, figure out what went wrong after the game and at film and at practice. But for now, no questions. I mean, little things maybe, but just go play football and have some fun and that type of stuff. Because, the guys, they, like I said, it's a good thing, but sometimes can ask too many questions and just need to go out and play. And
and I think at this level, it is almost more like, I don't want to say pickup games when you were a kid, but it somewhat. I mean, it's organized, but you just keep playing.
No,
what kind of offense were you running?
I mean, I run something similar to what I actually learned in high school, and I like that philosophy of it a lot. We had a lot of high percentage passing, zone running.
But you got the two of the best quarterbacks, so I would assume.
We took a couple shots. We had three passing touchdowns.
So no running touchdowns.
No, but we did run the ball effectively. But they chose to they adjusted to what we were doing and took away some stuff we were doing, and then we adjusted, started running a little bit differently, and then started throwing the ball a little bit more. We had some drives that kind of stalled a little bit as they we got like the field position game, we started losing a bit, so that was tough. We were trying to flip the field and it kept going, like we were back and forth. We had some injuries at one point where like stuff kind of was falling apart and trying to play the field position game.
So you did have some injuries though? I thought you'd said that.
Cramping injuries.
What was it, hot out?
No, just first time playing, and just conditioning stuff, and to be expected, I think, for a first game. But it was I was very pleased with a lot of the running we're doing. I think we ran the ball a decent amount, and with more reps, like we'll get to running. In practice, we throw the ball a lot more than we run the ball, because you need a full 11 guys in practice to run the ball, or a full line, basically, running backs, all that to effectively practice the run game. Whereas we typically didn't have a full line, so we could pass the ball a lot and do 7-on-7 drills a lot more often at practices. So we had a lot more practice throwing the ball. And we threw the ball well. We had a lot of, short, high percentage completions. We could have had more decent screen game. And there's still a lot of stuff in the bags that I'm excited to continue on and have in the regular season.
Well, yeah, because now the word's out that you've got a decent team with excellent coaching. So what about is it Leon?
Mm-hmm.
How'd Leon do?
He'd like to say he had a 66% catch ratio. In the truth, he was a step away from a deep ball, is what he said. I'll quote. I think that's a quote from him. And then he caught to one tough catch and one easy catch on some hitch routes, some short routes. He did good. He also he also cramped. He caught a ball and then got tackled and then couldn't move his legs because they were cramping. So
gonna have to get Gatorade. Well, Red Bull has a.
We have Gatorade. No, we have Gatorade as a sponsor, so we had Gatorade on the sideline.
Oh,
but I will say, shout out. They gave us that physios, so trainers for the game from the ACSL, and they were very good. The players noted they were very good, like doing taping of like wrists and ankles and fingers.
Oh, really?
Stuff.
So the ACSL supplies that.
Yeah. They showed up early, got the guys taped up, and then during the game when the guy would go down, they were out there to help out, and the players were saying they were really good, and they really appreciated that.
So do they come from the medical school in Vienna, you think?
I have no idea. No clue.
I wonder if they're volunteers or they get paid. I
mean, I think they are volunteers. I don't know kind of their whole...
They're not the guys, because I assume those were paramedics in the red jumpsuits.
Those are the Samaritan Bund. The paramedics.
Yeah, from the photos, they seem to just be hanging out with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, they hang out until they're called on. They're at every football game. They stand out because they wear their red and yellow, like super bright jackets and pants and everything.
So it was kind of cool that the what do you guys call them? The Astro
Space Dancers.
Space Dancers, that's right. For a scrimmage, they showed up too. So
well, I mean, they've actually been doing a lot of events around the area. Like different sporting events. I think they were at the marathon or something. So they go to different events around the area. And what's unique about them is the Space Dancers are just solely JKU people. Like they're only associated with our school, whereas the cheer dancers for the rest of the Vienna teams are all kind of one big group.
Well, I saw that they always have the ACSL. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get used to that. I noticed at the games in Vienna that's what their logos are. So each school doesn't have their own dance cheer team.
No, they're all part of one large group. At least, they always wear the same stuff. So I think they're all just one large group, and the JKU are the unique in that, right?
So I wonder what happens next season. Will they integrate into the ACS?
No, they'll be ACSL. No, they'll be on their own. Yeah, they'll be Space Dancers.
All right.
And it's looking to next season more like we will have a home field in Linz. So it looks like the place we practice at now is gonna renovate, put in some new AstroTurf, put in new bleachers, and put field goal posts up. And they're gonna line the field with soccer, rugby, and football lines.
So wow, okay.
And the field goal posts are actually coming from something in from the ACSL. I think, I don't know exactly how, but they're going to be put up so there's going to be permanent field goal posts there.
But that's a soccer field that you're currently practicing at, right?
Yeah. It's just I think an athletic center. It's a turf field. But it'll be in the future set up like a lot of American fields with multi-sport lines on it, and brand new turf. So we'll have home games in Linz, which is exciting. There's actually no American football team in Linz, and this will be the first one.
Linz is the second largest city in Austria, right? Or is that Graz?
Third largest city, second largest metro area.
Okay.
Graz is a bigger city, but a smaller metro area.
Yeah, I did see the Austrian Football League, a map of all the teams, because Prague's included in the Austrian League, I guess.
Yeah, they've been playing for a while.
There wasn't one for Linz.
Yeah. The closest is Traun, the Steel Sharks. They're the closest team for sure.
But I saw a picture of the Viking Stadium. It looked pretty packed. I was impressed with the crowd size there.
Yeah, was it the AFL game?
Yeah, I think so, because it was just on social media.
Yeah, it says the AFL games they play at the football centrum in Vienna, where the ACSL plays games, and then the ELF Vikings team plays at a couple different stadiums. They played at the Generali Arena, which is where the Purples, the FK Vienna, the first lead soccer team plays, and then they also played at Stadium Jorge Volta or something. I don't remember the name, but where a different soccer team plays. It's a little bit bigger stadium than their arena. But the ACSL Summer Bowl and playoffs were held there, or are going to be held there.
So overall, though, the scrimmage went well. You're happy with the results?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, could have done more. I think we could have scored a few more touchdowns and stuff. But offensively, I was happy. Defensively, looked very good.
Pitched a shutout. Yeah.
Pitched a shutout, so it was nothing more. Pitched a shutout, had 4 turnovers, I think. So it was literally nothing more you can ask for on that side.
And so now with summer here, your championship game, which you won't participate in, obviously, is the Summer Bowl in July. Will you guys be practicing, or are the students going back to their home? They all live in Linz, pretty much.
Yeah, so we'll have just one more practice here this coming week. It's kind of a finish kind of off the week, this, and then it's examination time too this week at the university. So a lot of students have exams, and then the Summer Bowl is this weekend, so a lot of players will go to that and watch that. And then most people, a lot of people go on holidays next week. So,
which, just so folks in the States know, holidays are much longer than in the States.
So we probably won't have like full practices, like a lot of people have practices for a little while. We'll probably take some time off in July. And then we'll have to figure out kind of a better.
Not like the States where summer is hell week, then later 2 days and wait.
No, I think we'll have a training camp. We'll have a training camp later in the summer prior to the fall season starting.
Then, you know what, in our forum discussion with the players that we had in the previous podcast, so this guy, lost my train of thought.
I would say the players that listen, they are excited for you to come out and watch. So
good.
They're looking forward to that and coming all the way this way. And they're not excited. Matthias, one of our linebackers. So if he listens to this, he doesn't. There's specific clips about the game that he doesn't want me to show to Coach Bob. Coach Siebes. Yeah, about some stuff, because even though Coach Siebes may not want to travel that far, he may get upset enough to travel as far and start kick their butt. So
lose responsibility.
But
well, good. All right, so it's looking positive for the next season.
Yeah, happy. We'll definitely be competitive. So
yeah. When do the unis come in?
No clue. Hopefully before the first game.
Yeah.
That's the goal, before the first game. But yeah, no clue until then. So
well, good. A short episode this time because I've got to start getting ready to pack and get ready for a trip, and we'll be seeing you in a couple weeks. And then we'll have to discuss on a future episode this upcoming trip.
Yep. So with that, we'll end it here. The At Witt's End podcast, and my voice is ending as well.
Yeah, one shout out to the guys. Congratulations on a great scrimmage. Even though Matthias, you're not happy with it, but that's a good sign. You always want to improve, and looking forward to the fall.
So long, everybody.
Yeah.